Hi everyone, it's Roberta. I'm back. Last week I had taken egg crates and tore them up, soaked them in some water, added a little bit of glue, and made a pulp of sorts. And then I put them inside of these silicone molds. They were originally ice cube trays. I have a couple of them here I could show you. This one is the piggy mold, and so it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little places I could make 6 ice cubes in a little piggy shape. And what I did is I just cut them out and I use them as molds. This one is the Scotty dog. It only has 5. And then I also had 1 bear, and I got 2 of the pig and 2 of the dog, 1 of the bear. And because that one's cut up into pieces, I can't show you a whole one, but I did still have a whole one of these to show you. So what I had done after I made the pulp is I forced it into the mold, and it still had quite a bit of water. And so as it dried, like I told you it would do, it shrunk down. And you can see I wasn't able to get it all very well into this, the rear foot. And so it's not full, so I can add some more in before I put a coat of glue over this one. And also with the bottom of the mouth, which honestly I don't think this part on it matters. And probably not too much on the foot, but I do want to straighten that up a little bit. And then this is, I'll bring it up closer. So you can see there's a deficit here in the foot and then under the mouth. But as it is glued and then painted over, this part you really won't notice much, but you would on the foot. And then you can see as it dried, it shrunk in, but also some of this on the side is because when you're pushing it down into the mold, there's still little bits of the fibers that are going to come up along the side. And you can see this has a little crack here and a little crack here, and that's due to the drying process. And that is the reason why I will go over it with a glue to seal it, and then I will go over with a couple layers of paint and be able to use it as an embellishment on a card or an ATC. Now for this here, I had suggested that it be possible to use a very fine fingernail file to file, but actually you could go in with scissors and kind of smooth it. But as it is, once it's glued and then painted over, if you were to use this and wanted to put some 3D dimensional tape and lay it inside here, then you wouldn't really need to put the edges down. So that once it's on, I mean, you might want to straighten it up so it's even, but not cut it all back. I would only suggest trying to cut it where it's flat and even if you're going to use glue. But if you're going to use a dimensional tape, it's okay that there's some hollowed out places, because you could lay in some glue and then put in the 3D or the dimensional tape and then use it and put it on the card, because the hollowed out place will hold the dimension and it'll hold it better in place. So this one is the Scotty dog. Let me get the little Miss Piggy out of here. This one is the pig. And you can see on her foot here also it didn't form as well as I had hoped. And a little bit on the face, it doesn't look like it formed that well, but she has an eye on the inside. I don't know if you can see it, this little dot there. That's the eye. And so that's what this little divot is. So all of it turned out fairly well, except for this part of the leg. And again, it has the parts that come up, but once it's got glue, a sealing of glue over it, and then painted, it'll look great. And this one here is the teddy. Whoop. That's what the teddy bear one looks like on the inside. And so the face on this one didn't turn out that great because of the shape on the inside. When it shrinks, it shrunk away from it a little bit. But I think when it is painted, it should turn out fairly decent. I'm not going to worry too much about that. And this one is also somewhat hollowed out. So I'll give it another go, do some more, and then see how they turn out. But I'm going to go ahead and paint the little pig for now and see how that one looks. This is the Scotty mold up close. This one only has a little tiny dot for the eye. I don't know if you can see it right there. And it doesn't have any other form to the inside, and you can see on the outside that it has the eye. And so on the Scotty dog, that's what you see. And it actually sticks up a little bit. On the bear, it's got the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the muzzle around the nose and mouth, and then the little lines to define the hands and the feet from the rest of the body. And the piggy has a little part in here where it defines the tail from the rest of the body, and it defines the two back feet, and same for the front, and then has an eye. Okay, so I'm going to put these aside and do some glue and glue over the pig. So I'm going to go get the glue. The one that I used the last time I did one was this Beacon 3-in-1, and this is really old glue. I worked at a Meijer out here as a cashier, and they had a couple of bottles of this that was sitting on the shelf for quite a while, so they were old, and they clearanced them out. So it seems to be much thicker than what it's supposed to have been, but I think it works pretty good for putting a sealed coating on the pig. And I think it is clogged, so I'm going to turn the camera off, unclog it, and then I'll be back. Hi everybody, I'm going to see if this glue is going to come out now or not. It's, like I said, it's really thick. I might just have to take the top off and do it that way instead of trying to put it through here. Yeah, it's coming out but barely, so we'll go the other way. Revert to the tools. I have a paintbrush that I have dedicated to using with glues, and so I put a piece of tape around it, which is coming off, but this is how I know which is the one that I use for this kind of a glue application. That way I'm not ruining all of my good paint brushes. See if I can get it to come out where I can pull it out. I told you guys it was thick, didn't I? It's almost like making a glass bubble or something. I don't know if it's going to be able to be used, but I'll see if it'll work. I'm not one to give up on stuff, so it'll take me a little while, I think, to get it, but Let's see. It seems like I definitely need to figure out how to loosen this glue up or buy more. I want to seal the whole thing, not just the top. I'm trying to smooth it over to the bottom. Most of the top is done. I just need to do the sides and the back side. And find a way to hold it. Well, I hope you guys don't have this kind of glue at your house. This would not be a fun project. I'm going to lay out some water. If you put water on your fingers, it should help the glue not stick. And I already have some on, so I'm just trying to rub it off. Definitely need to use a different glue. I'm just going to finish this one with it, and then I'll do the Scotty dog with just regular Elmer's glue. Let's see. Patting it down with some water to prevent it from sticking, but still allow me to put a coating of it on. And I can even kind of smooth it out. Okay, I'm going to put this over on my craft mat. Clean off my hands. And I'm just going to use Elmer glue to do the dog. I was able to use this last year when I made the little pig that I had given to Shell C in a Happy Meal. And it has dried up even more since then. Okay, let me get the glue off of here. I'm going to turn it over. and the Scotty dog. I'm just going to use regular Elmer's glue and then give it a good coating. Just pull out one of my other paint brushes for this one. By putting the glue on it, you're sealing it so that it's non-porous and shouldn't get damaged with moisture if you're sent it in the mail and it's raining, or if the envelope gets wet. Because you don't want to put a lot of work into something, create something, and then have it, you know, not be nice when the recipient gets it. And for the Scotty dog, I can only do the front of it, and then I'll do the back side of it at a later time after it dries. And for now, I'm going to just try to fill in that hole with some of the glue. Sometimes glue can be used as a filler for something like this. You want to make sure the front of it is smoothed out. You want to make sure that you get all of the sides, all the angles, smooth them out so it maintains the correct shape. And then set it on a craft mat or something that's non-stick so it can dry. And then I'll dry this and I'll come back a little later and finish the back side, and then we'll paint it. Hi everybody, I'm back. The piggy is dried up enough that I can go ahead and start painting it. And I was going to use Cameo Pink from Apple Barrel and Black from Apple Barrel. This is gloss, and it doesn't need to be gloss, but that's the one I picked up. I'm going to paint the whole pig pink first, then add black spots, and then go over some parts of the black spots with the pink to blend the black spots in. I don't know if anybody's seen a pig before, but the fur is actually kind of mixed. When you see a black spot on a pig, it's not just black. It actually has some white hairs in as well. The pigment of the skin is white or pink or black, and the edges are not clearly defined, and the colors somewhat overlap, especially on the edges. And so to make it look a little more realistic, the the colors need to be blended in some. So then make sure that you color all of the edges. Get in all the little nooks and crannies. I really should have done this part of it first, is putting the pins in here so that I'd be able to kind of hold it as I paint. So I'll just go ahead and do it now. And I can just pick up the paint off of here. Oh, the pin is coming through. I went a little bit too far on that one. I was wondering what that was. There. This way I can hold these and do the painting. been so long since I did that first one, I don't remember all the little steps I had to take to get it done. You want to get the back too. All of it needs to be sealed with a coat of paint. And after it's all painted, it's going to have to be dried so that I can go in with some of the black paint. I don't know if you're able to see. I'm trying to fill in that little hole there. Okay. So for now I'm going to go ahead and set this aside so it can finish drying, and then I'll come back and finish it a little later.